What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another Robinsongz PBE VOD review, pretty much entirely because he played this new reroll comp that I want to watch him play and yap about. This, by many people's definitions, is the strongest reroll comp in the game right now, and it's kind of interesting. This set should be an interesting set for reroll players. Reroll, they said going into the set, Mortdog literally said, hey, we want to kind of make reroll underpowered. Most games you should not be rerolling unless you end up in a really high roll spot for it, it's interesting because, I mean, the effect of unlocks on the game for reroll champions means that you can guarantee, your first copy of a reroll champ, which, usually is very, very important towards giving you that direction on if you are going to play it or not. So it's going to be interesting to see where reroll ends up. This first one, though, looks very, very, very strong. Robin here. C, Gold Destiny. There is actually, we talked about Blood Offering. Speedy Double Kill is an interesting new one that gives you a Gwinsu's, and then after 2 players are eliminated, gain 40 gold. Doesn't sound that good to me just because, your gold augment just being 1 Gwinsu's doesn't sound that great. Also, Pandora is worth talking about, right? New Pandora is here. It's a gold augment now, but it gives you 4 gold and a lesser champion dupe, which is kind of cool. But Robin just wants to go for the Gold Destiny here, and he hits another pseudo new augment, new-ish, no scout, no pivot. So how has no scout, no pivot been changed? The main change is now it applies to your entire team. Okay, so that's new scout, no pivot. Now, what is Robin doing here, and what are we looking at? Well, he actually starts rolling here, wants to roll for some bruisers, and he wants to roll to unlock Bard. So, Bard, if you guys haven't rolled 4 times before Carousel, then on stage 2, then you guys probably haven't unlocked Bard yet. He's one of those units that you kind of have to know. You're not normally going to be rolling that much. At least it gives you the indicator after you roll a little bit. But he is this really interesting unit that you can see when Robin hovers over him there. He has no traits. He is a traitless unit. But he has this interesting... Oh, look, Robin's got the kitty camp as well. He's got this interesting unique trait called Caretakers, and what that does is it essentially provides you econ to hit on your reroll line. So if you lose, as you can see here, you get free rerolls. Those scale with stage. So I believe we just got 1 here because it's stage 2. I haven't had someone tell me exactly what it is, but I imagine it's like 2 on stage 2. Is it like a 2, 3, 4, 5 rerolls? We'll see, I guess. But it's definitely 1 on stage 2. And if we ever do win a fight, which is not going to be for a little while because we do have no scout, no pivot. If you ever win a fight, he actually gives you this kind of like Yordle portal effect where he portals in a unit onto your bench, which is really, really, really cool. So he is a reroller's best friend. If you are playing a reroll comp that can afford to get those rolls off early, you want to be playing around Bard. I feel like he's really good when you get kind of like free rolls early. Something like an Epoch is obviously really nice because you don't have to pay for the rolls. But he is, I mean, every single fight you lose, he's generating you a free reroll. That's 2 gold per round. And then if he starts portaling in units, that is really, really, really influential. The thing about that is, like if you portal in your last, say, Sion here, then all of a sudden you are, getting something that could be worth, 20 gold of rolls just, off the Bard portal, which is really cool. Sion as well is the other piece to this reroll comp. So what's going on? Why Sion? Sion is a really cool new tank. He's an infinite scaling tank, so one of those tanks where every single takedown, he gets some HP. As you star him up, he gets more HP. This is also takedown, so he just has to exist on your board and participate in the kill, but he doesn't himself have to like get the kill, which is really, really nice. You do kind of want to make sure he lives long enough to get those takedowns, so I would honestly think about kind of like quartering him a little bit. This is Robinsongz talking about the fact that he has 6, 7... That actually looked, I want to replay on that. That on 2x speed. That on 2x speed, that's actually so good. But all good here. So yeah, I think Robin, I'm not sure, fully actually appreciated this game, the change to no scout, no pivot that did occur. This set where, before you had to get your units in and then no scout, no pivot would scale them up every round. So like the units that you're getting in later in the game were getting much less stats than the units in the early game. No longer is this the case. Now no scout, no pivot. It basically retroactively applies. It applies to your entire board. So if, you know, on stage 5, we put a volley bear on our board, our volley is going to get all that HP and AD and AP, which is nice. Means that, you know, it kind of spreads the effect out further. Also means that you don't necessarily have to play a reroll comp. You can just play 4-cross board. I actually played a game earlier yesterday on stream where I lost streaked the entire game and ended up playing an Ionia game, and my Yunara with the extra AD and AP was clearing people. So actually very, very interesting here. So we're gonna level up, get the Dr. Shigundo in, get the 4 Bruiser in here. We did take the tier off carousel for the Shojin, so gonna be looking at probably making that here. Sunfire tends to be good. Oh, he did the thing again. Sunfire tends to be really good on these type of boards. We'll see if he wants to make it. Yeah, you could make a Sterak's Bramble as well and just get the double slams out of the way. Sterak's obviously scales really well with HP. Bramble good if we're in any kind of AD lobby, so he's just gonna go for that double slam onto to Sion to get a lot of extra HP off. Yeah, the upside to this is you get 2 slams, and winning fights is almost objectively, probably I would say objectively better than losing fights with the Bard. Also, we unlocked LeBlanc here for having a 2-item Sion, which is funny. All right, next augment here, probably not gonna be core. I mean, it's probably not gonna be binary with a reroll comp. Wand Overflow, I mean, you could make like Deathcap Slam and be done with it. I don't completely love it. I don't hate it that much either, honestly. Coronation, it allows you to get more units, and the thing is, this unit I feel like doesn't have that many crazy ins. I think I would look at Wand Overflow best out of all of these here, but we will see here. We do find Hold the Line, which is really nice. A bunch of stats for our Bard here, who can, you know, turn into kind of a pretty nutty character. Ooh, Giant and Mighty. Okay, yeah, he does actually have to take this here. I would have been tempted to take the Giant and Mighty here, but we're going to level, roll down a bit, and we're also going to see the extra piece of this board that we want to play here, which is Zoe. So you do kind of have an extra open slot on this board because you are playing around. What are you doing over there, Kitty? She's chewing on a bag. Okay, whatever. But yeah, you do have an extra open slot on this board because you are playing you know, Bard and then 6 Bruiser, kind of similar, you know, old days to, you know, Kog'Maw comps with like these big, you know, Vanguard. Is it called Vanguard, or have I already forgotten? Bastion was one of them. But, you know, like Kog'Maw, these type of threat style units, which Bard essentially is. You can play all of those with the front line, but then on level 8, you kind of have a spot for a +1. There's not super obvious +1s. You can fit Ionia. I saw somebody roll Ahri with this setup as well, just because there's 2 Ionia Bruisers, the Shen and the Wukong. So, you know, both of those allow you to fit an Ionia unit for like pretty easily, and then you can also reroll for Ahri. It's a little awkward with the kind of cadence of this comp, but you know, something that you can potentially do. Lysandra is another kind of nice one that you can play, just because she gets Invoker off, and then eventually you can think about playing like Volibear, Lysandra, and then getting a last Freljord unit in. So that's something that you can think about as well. But Robin this game opts to play the Zoe just because she does provide free MR Shred, which is, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's honestly not bad at all just to get some MR Shred for your board. I don't really know how much Zoe 3 does versus like a Zoe 2. I feel like a lot of these Targon units are tuned around just kind of like their utility. Those units tend to not be that crazy when you 3-star them, but we'll see how the Zoe does this game if we make it to 3-star. She does have a fantastic ability. She chills, she MR shreds, she does it all, honestly. So she is, she's kind of a beast. And yeah, we are starting to win some more fights. You can see that portal on the left there just portaled in a Sion for us. So now we have 4 Sions. And yeah, I mean, the portals be portaling. One thing that you can do in this comp that, you know, Robin is certainly looking at here is just playing Don't Bite That Wire. Hey, don't bite that wire. Is focused on just rerolling everything. You can roll for a Shen 3, you can roll for an Alawi 3, or, you know, Shen 3, Alawi 3, Bard 3, and Sion 3 are kind of the units that you are usually looking for. And then if you want to roll for like a Zoe or an Ahri, something as well that you can do. The other thing to mention about Bard is Bard, not only is he kind of an econ unit that spawns you in these extra copies, but he scales up as a carry with, stop clicking my mouse, kitty. She's a good kitty, but she loves to get into she loves to make trouble. Bard scales up with the number of 3-stars on your board. He gains more doots, the little boop 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 things that he blows out of his horn. He gets more of those. Wow, look at Robin with a young roll down, a very young looking roll down. He was kind of going fast there. This guy's a beast. his dudes scale with the number of 3-stars on your board. So as you 3-star more units, he gets even stronger. He does more damage, which is really cool to see. I haven't ever seen, I don't think he can do the Jazz Bard thing where he like spawns a gold instead of a dupe, a doot. But maybe there's something out there. Maybe there's an Easter egg or something. I haven't seen it if there is. But as far as I understand, his doots just be dootin'. Also, stop biting that kitty. Stop biting that cord, kitty. All right, last augment here. Certainly not gonna be Parafor's little buddies. Jewel Lotus pretty nice because we had, you know, we have this glove open here, which could then turn into like a guard breaker or something pretty easily. Portable Forge, we're done on Cyan items, so it would just be Portable Forge for a Bard item. I mean, I imagine something like a Itemization. All the AP items sound really, really nice on him. I don't think Blighting Tools sounds very good on him, so it'd have to be specifically a mana item onto him. All the other ones are pretty much unplayable here. We have our tank items done. I guess you could move Sunfire Cape over, but yeah, he opts to not take this here. I do think this is a nice pickup. And wow, he's actually going to go for just the Hodge Slam here. What are you tearing up there, kitty? What is this little receipt I have? Here, you can tear up the receipt. Go tear up the receipt. Have fun. She loves to destroy receipts that I leave on my desk. So this is our slam here. Hodge is interesting. I mean, it's going to sit on Bard for now, and I think the ideal place for it later is going to be the Volibear. Volibear, obviously, basically guaranteed on this board once you do hit the level 8 requirement for him, because getting the HP is going to be very easy with this Scion, who is, you know, scaling up infinite HP. So we will look at that when we get it. But for now, we are just kind of hard chilling. Yeah, Koboko, you have to be level 7 for, so we're not going to get that yet, but we'll kind of get it guaranteed when we get there. One off Bard, so we're kind of rolling here. We're also, okay, yeah, he opts to actually, wow, sell the monkey there just to hold on to the extra Alawies here, just to look for Alawi 3, which I don't love it completely. I mean, we're probably... It's very likely we're gonna hit some of this stuff before that we hit Alawi, but we will see here. All right, and we go into Carousel here, looking for a last Bard item here. Some kind of Guard Breaker would be fantastic. You know, Rod for like Death Cap or something would be fantastic here. He's gonna have to take the glove for the crit item. We actually don't really need Death Cap here because we have Hold the Line. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Robin, for hovering over that there to make my point for me. All right, he portals in a Scion, so we need to roll here. There's an extra Scion. We have to sell both. Okay. I'm not really sure why we were prioritizing the Alawi 3 over the Scion, but all good. We managed to hit and we managed to hold the Alawis as well. Okay, that was interesting. Well, at least we hit the Shen and the Bard, and now hopefully Bard will start portaling in Scions. Portals in a Zoe. So here's another thing. How does Bard choose which units to portal in? I think he definitely prioritizes units that you have on your board because he just portaled in a Zoe there. I have seen him portal in units that just slightly share traits with units on your board. I think he does that later this game, so we'll look at that, which is, it's a little bit interesting. I mean, he definitely is like the highest percent ones for him to hit here, I do think are likely the Bruisers. But yeah, we really need this Scion 3, by the way. We're just kind of sitting out here waiting to find Scion 3 here. We lose that fight as well. Oh, really tough. It's really punishing to lose fights on this board. You know what's kind of interesting as well? If you play Scion Reroll, you're kind of forced to unlock LeBlanc, which is a little bit annoying. I guess the upside is you're usually not going for 3 costs in this comp, but just means it's going to make your pool a little bit more awkward. Just remember to never buy the LeBlanc, and actually we should sell this LeBlanc before we roll. If you guys don't know, unlocked units, if you don't have them on your board or bench, they have a lesser odds of you seeing them, and as you continue to roll without them on your board or bench, it decreases that odds even more. All right, let's roll down here. One off Scion, going to take the Guard Breaker for him. Do hit the Alawi here. And he's actually going to level for the Monkey here, just saying. I mean, it's 5 Bruiser, which is, you know, not that impressive, but ooh, roll into LW. Were these always our best slams here? What did we... I mean, he wanted to make Guard Breaker because it's a great item. I mean, his items are quite awkward here. He just opts to take this because it's the best Bard item by far, and then he kind of has to just reforge here. He reforged Cloak here instead of Bow. I guess... Really? I'm pretty surprised here because, like, Bow 90% of the time is going to be a bad component here, whereas Cloak I feel like could be a tank item for one of your 3 stars. It's kind of a weird reforge, but okay. We are now 5 Bruiser, so on our way to that 6 Bruiser. And once we do find the Sion and hit level 8, we will be guaranteed the 3,800 HP, which will allow us to find the Volibear. So right now we are just looking at getting there. It's kind of funny. Spawn in a Mundo. Like I said, you know, it prioritizes to some level units you have in. If we level up here, we are leveled up for the Volibear here, but we are going to lock this guy in with no scout, no pivot. So we can't fit the Volibear now. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Somebody said something really smart actually, which I do think does work in Robin's chat, is that, you know, he wanted to level here, but he didn't actually want to field a unit because of no scout, no pivot. So what he could have done is actually leveled during combat. But yeah, here's what actually happens. He spawns in an Ash here. I'm not really sure. He doesn't even have Freljord in. So I guess because he bought the Volibear, but he didn't even have the Volibear at the start of the round. Yeah, I don't know how Bard portaled in an Ash there. That's so strange. I guess it saw the Volibear, but like he bought the Volibear after combat started. That's really strange that it can spawn Ash there. I thought at least that he had already had Volibear in, but no, he spawned Ash with Volibear not even on the board. Very... Okay, so Bard can sometimes miss. Maybe that's a bug. If Mortdog is watching this video right now and it's a bug, can you please comment down below and tell me that that's a bug and it's not intended? I guess at the end of the day, the LW could go on the Volibear, which is kind of fun, and the GS could move around. If we can hit, really need to hit the Sion so that we can fit the Volibear in. Oh, God. I mean, just sell the Zoes at this point, right? Surely. Oh, my God. We're missing. We are missing so hard here. Still, though, we're basically almost top 4 without even hitting the Sion 3, which is crazy. Just goes to show the power of... I mean, no scout, no pivot, fantastic on this comp. All of the stats are really, really valuable. The HP on the Bruisers, obviously. The AP, really nice onto the Bard. And I guess the AD's kind of stinky, but, I mean, will be good later on the Baron. Oh, my God. Bard actually pops off. 13k damage, wins the fight here. We get our portal in. Portals in and Echo? Like, I guess because Bard has seen so many units portaled in at this point, like we've hit so many of our 3 stars already, he's just starting to portal in random stuff. That's so strange. I mean, we have 1 out of 3 Zon in, as I guess, that the Echo sees there, but that is quite strange. Also, oh my God, that board was kind of going crazy here, but not crazy enough to beat our board here. Also, he's getting bugged out. A lot of... Okay, interesting. The cutscene there actually bugged out. He's gonna actually pick up Cho here. Portal in a Zoe, I mean, at least that unit's on our board, so I could see why it pulled that in for us. But, I mean, still, we are just waiting here for our Sion. Would have been a lot better if we had done that thing that chatter suggested, where we had leveled and then... you know, leveled without fielding a unit, leveled during combat, and then fielded Sion after, because then we would have the, or then fielded Volibear after. We do hit the Wukong too. Surely we'll hit the Bear at this level, or the Sion at this level, and we do. We hit the Bear here. We can move LW, we can move Hodge, and then our last item will be Spirit Visage, and then move Sterak's over. I love this. I love it. Yeah, beautiful itemization from Robin here. Now the board is fully online here. 5,700 HP. Looks actually quite low. Oh, 8,500. It went up all of a sudden. That was really strange. I'm not sure what that was, but he like started combat at 8,500, and then jumped up. Okay, now it's at 9.6k, which seems a lot more reasonable. All right. Look at the size of this guy. This is why you get out of bed. You saw that Sion passive there was plus 1,600 HP, which is then getting multiplied by 6 Bruiser, and scaled up. You know, it scales with his ability. Like, it's everything you could ever want. Bard is also shooting a trillion doots here because we have all these 3-star units on our board, and I mean, we barely... I mean, these fights are not close at all. We are clearing fools here. Top 2 locked in for Mr. Songs here. And whoa, he actually portaled in a Volibear there. Wait, nice job, Bard. Wait, he's actually beast mode there and gives us an extra Volibear. So after he stopped trolling, he actually starts popping off here. Yeah, after watching this video, I still don't think I can intuit like an obvious rule for Bard. Obviously, he prefers units on your board, and then sometimes once you 3-star a lot of units, he'll just start portaling in random garbage, it looks like, which, you know. What's interesting is he hasn't portaled in any other Targon unit, which I thought maybe he would do, portal in a random like Aphelios or something, but he has not done that, which is interesting. So, yeah. We need just kind of last random items here. He's going to take Gwinsu. I would have thought we'd take like random tank item for like Wukong or something like that. But you know, I guess Guinzu Zoe, get our casting faster, get that MR shred faster is pretty nice here. Yeah, just getting the hold the line value onto the bear here, just because we don't really need. We're pretty happy with the extra stats on the bear instead of a little bit more stats onto the bard. This bear is certainly a carry here, so this makes sense, and you can see why people are saying that this is one of the strongest reroll comps. I would say the strongest reroll comp out there. We are just clearing people with this bard damage. I mean, the bard is a monster. The Sion's tanking a million years, and it's looking like lights out for Star Slayer here. Looking like very close to being a dub for Mr. Songs here. All right, we rotate. I mean, it's just us and this guy left. They have an interesting, kind of like capped out board. Yeah, it's actually just kind of like 5-cost soup with Yunara there. I'm going to skip through minions here because I think we know how this game's going here. We're going to roll down, pick up a bear 2 here, pick up a Zir as well, a Zir 2. All right, why not? Throw him onto the board here. Move the Guinzus over. Guinzu on a Zir. He is a nice auto attacker. The bear is going to get trapped by the 2 dummies here, right? Actually, okay, he does manage to walk around. It's a little bit awkward, but he does manage to walk around. And it's an easy win for Robinsongz. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this comp. Let me know if you guys have played this comp. I also, apparently there's a new feature. I got emailed about like there's a new feature on YouTube to click. Oh, sorry, that's OBS. It's like hype the video. So if you see a button somewhere that says hype the video, please hype the video. It helps out the channel a lot, I think. I don't know. I just got an email about it this morning. But remember to like, comment, hype, and subscribe. Check out my Metafy and my Twitch down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.